in a partisan attack on Shayna leftist in a quest to defame and smear her ahead of the 2020 election. This was a coordinated and preemptive strike to deal a blow to someone that they see as a political threat.
Although that's not what we did, Gina knows exactly what that's like because Miss Tarvin did it to Gracie when she found her to be a political threat last election. So this was the person that was going against her for the position that she has at the school board, vice president, and if you guys can see, she called her white supremacist and then changed the word to anti-Semitic when she found out that Gracie was not white. Little does she know, though, Gracie's husband's Jewish. But these are perfect examples of what Tarvin is talking about that she thinks happened to her friend, which didn't. These are the people who dox people. Her and her boyfriend, Victor. Yes, I said boyfriend because that's the fact.
The truth and libeled Ms. leftist as she has never known or associated with Antifa or any other radical fringe group whose aim is to disrupt society.
Except for Antifa, because there's Victor with Antifa. Victor's the one who brings Antifa, by the way. And as you see, he actually took leftist there that day. And as you can see from the fight here, you can also see Lulu here. Oh, look, there's leftist again. These people clearly are the problem, and they lie through their fucking teeth. Not to mention they're yelling, hey, hey, ho, ho, fascism has got to go.
It's no coincidence that he targeted Shayna leftist. She is a Jewish woman.
Here she goes race baiting again. I really think that she's racist because we're clearly not white supremacists. I'm gay, and she clearly has a history of making shit up to make people look like they're racist when they're clearly not.
What is even more perplexing was his mention of Congressman Harley Ruda and myself.
We're mentioned because Victor's your boyfriend, and he's the one who leads Antifa into Orange County, and you guys are both being funded by Harley Ruda. That's why he was mentioned.
I believe I can speak for Congressman Ruda when I say that we have no connection to this incident at all. We were not there, and we denounce all radical groups like Antifa and neo-Nazi white supremacy groups like the Proud Boys and RAM, who operate out of Huntington Beach. We vehemently support our law enforcement in HB, as well as those who protect and serve our county, state, and nation, including our U.S. military. In closing, I'd like to say that political party affiliation is irrelevant to me. Democrats versus Republicans, or even intra-party infighting, is all very immature, counterproductive, and needs to cease. Although Councilwoman Carr and I belong to the same political party, I do not condone her handling of this matter and hope that moving forward, she will look deeper into the issue before making a hasty decision. I'm reclaiming my time.
Oh, you already did. We did.
Okay. No, you didn't. I did not.
Yeah.
We gave her 30 extra seconds.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Because I too was upset about Shayna leftist being let go. Because I'm sure, as many know, I support people who are good people, and she is a good person.
Our paths crossed even at 7 a.m. at a donut store where she went to pick up donuts for those volunteering for her campaign. She had a brilliant smile on her face. The resiliency of her also as a teacher in this tough climate is also something to point out.
I'm a resident of Orange County, and I'm here on the first day of Ramadan, just a little less than an hour before Iftar, being with my family to stand as a Muslim woman with my Jewish friend, Shayna leftist.
No, it wasn't. You're a liar. You're a liar. I have it on camera. I have it on camera. You're right. You're right. I have it on camera. Answer me. Hey. Easy. Hey, easy. So, hey, what you doing, ma'am? Ma'am, don't put your hands on me. Get out of my face. 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 Get out of my face.
Who was unduly and hastily removed from her position on the Citizens Participation Advisory Board because of a smear campaign. A campaign of misinformation.
You're a liar. You're a liar. I have it on camera. I have it on camera. You're right. You're right. I have it on camera.
That they did last year and investigated before taking such drastic action. Had the council investigated, they would have known that the organizers of the event, of the counter demonstration, had contacted Huntington Beach Police Department have enlisted more than 7 NLG legal observers, have enlisted marshals. These are not behaviors or actions of an extremist group. These are actions of a group that respects the law and cares for the safety of its protesters and the safety of the public. So, what I'm also here to tell you is that your action has consequences because you caved in for the smear campaign. I had to pay for that. On Saturday, this what we call here, you probably know that, is the hate service, harassed me at the town hall.
Actually, your whole group harassed us at the town hall.
Hollywood, and I was with my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter, and that did not stop them from harassing me.
You literally posted this little boy's picture everywhere, though.
To be escorted by the organizers and the police to my car.
This is the car you should have been escorted to, lady.
Because they felt that it was okay for them to do that, to smear people, to harass people.
Honestly, we're not even gonna listen to any more of her bullshit lies. She clearly is lying. Clearly, the video proof has all the evidence there needed. Nobody got arrested on our side. People only got arrested on her side. She literally is Antifa, and her friend will admit it in 1 second to you. But Indivisible OC is the group who threw the Antifa rally. They all came in one same party bus together. They all left in the same party bus together. All organized by Victor, the one who's fucking Gina Tarvin. The one who's the vice president of the school board in Oakview, the one who tried to smear Gracie, the one who actually is the link reader of all of this. Oh yeah, Victor and Tarvin. Victor's the one who runs Antifa. This Lulu lady is the one who runs Indivisible OC, and Shayna showed up with them. So they are the ones who brought Antifa with them, and Shayna actually came in the same exact car as Antifa, not just showed up there at the same rally as her friends, but actually went there with them.
Friends left the area at the first sign of any altercations, however minor. Video records and eyewitness accounts can substantiate this. The lack of transparency surrounding Shayna's removal from the Citizens Participation Advisory Board is alarming. The CPAB strives to represent the diverse views of the community, yet the community's views were not sought. With this council meeting just a week away, the rather swift decision. I would also like to add that I am anti-fascist. I'm proud of and grateful for his also having been anti-fascist.
In nature, what we had in Huntington Beach on the pier on Saturday was the canary in the mine. There was a bomber, a terrorist bomber, a leftist-inspired terrorist bomber, who wanted to come down. He believed we were white supremacists. He believed that we needed to be killed. Bernie supporter, socialist, recent convert to Islam, and he believed that he had to kill. And the FBI got him. I know what event he originally wanted to go to in Long Beach, the white supremacist event. I know who threw that. His girlfriend's black. If they can call him a white supremacist, a fascist, they're going to call you white supremacists and fascists. No one's safe from this. This is madness. This is clown world. I was there with my son. I was there with my 5-year-old son. Born in Newport Beach at Hoag Hospital all his 5 years in Huntington Beach. He can't go to the pier. It's dangerous. Now the Shayna Latham. Let me tell you about consciousness of guilt. So she was there with the Antifa. She knew they were Antifa. She left when it got ugly. That's consciousness of guilt. If she was up to nothing wrong, then why'd she stay? If she wasn't connected to that? No, she left as soon as it got ugly and they revealed themselves.
At a violent counter-protest. After an orange police officer fell off his horse, Ms. Leftist could be heard and seen chanting, "Kill the pig, save the horse." What message does this give to our law enforcement officers present here today? When a city official wants to blatantly assassinate them. Ms. Leftist was present when an independent journalist was attacked by her Antifa friends. Antifa followers and supporters follow the philosophy and discipline of Ernst Julius Gunther Rome, Paul Joseph Goebbels, Heinrich Himmler, Rudolf Hess, and Hermann Göring. Antifa are the true Nazis. In 1985, I took an oath to defend and protect the Constitution of the United States of America. Antifa has blatantly spewed hatred and disregard for the Constitution as a violation and support of organizations of people that are anti-American, anti-capitalist, and anti-constitutionalist. These thugs behind Antifa who are in the audience today, you need to know this about me. Call me a racist, and I'll ask you which part of me is a racist. My Sicilian side, which were regarded as the scum of Europe, my Irish side, which were the first slaves in America, or my Mexican side. The Antifa thugs in this audience are the true racists. The side I represent supports Mexican-American citizens. We represent African-American citizens. We represent all Americans, black, brown, yellow, red, green, and white. All American citizens. Illegal immigration causes trouble. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jesse. I'd like to clarify one thing. This does not mean white power. Let's get this straight what it really means. It means 3%. Because it takes 3% of the population to win a war, or a civil war. So they just lie out of there. You know what? Anyway, so they call us white supremacists? Really? I was born in Mexico, I guess. Am I a white supremacist? Yes, I love this country, and I was there because I'm tired of the communist left and the propaganda against American people. I was there against SB54 because it is wrong, very wrong. And against this lady that was here as a private citizen, she's within her private rights as a U.S. citizen, the freedom to assemble. But as a member or hired worker for the city or a teacher, she was elected to represent the constituents of the city of Huntington Beach. This means that she should have stayed out of the rally. She chose to participate, or she chose a particular side that does not represent the best interests of the city. She was captured clapping, which meant she was aligned and agreement with the left. And Antifa was there and she knew it. That side happened to be Antifa side, and with megaphones, she is supposed to be neutral, not partisan. She is supposed to represent the laws of the city, her state, her country. In choosing to be with a group that has a reputation of violence, I agree, she needs to step down since her personal views did not appropriately represent the constituents' best interest. So I congratulate you for doing the right thing. I do not understand these people. We were there to speak and march against SB54, and as a Latino born in Mexico, I support this beautiful country, and these people should too. I do not understand this. These people are invading our country, and I'm a proud Latino. I love my culture and I love my people, but if you're not going to come here legally and we can't vet you, then we don't want you.
Amen.
Good.
Amen.
Woo!
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Thank you. Next speaker, please.
My name is Karen Hinks, and I've been a resident of Huntington Beach since 2005. I'm here to stand in support of with Shayna. I am also here because I support transparency, justice, and doing the right thing. As a resident and as a voter, I expect my city's elected officials to act responsibly. I expect my city's elected officials to fairly reflect the will of all people of Huntington Beach, not simply a select few. Good leaders make policy decisions based on what may be politically expedient for them personally and what may ultimately affect their re-election efforts when the time comes. But great leaders take a balanced approach to policy and problem solving. When an issue arises, great leaders proceed on a mission to gather facts, not rumor, not innuendo, and generally speaking, fact-finding missions evolve over time, taking far more than, say, 48 hours before reaching a conclusion. But we'll never really know what happened because there was almost no effort exerted to fully fact-find and get to the bottom of the issue.
We got videos.
The Huntington Beach elected officials have ceded their power to the select few, setting a very dangerous precedent for our future. It is my hope as an HB resident that moving forward, all who sit on the dais representing the wonderful people of this city will use this unfortunate event as a teaching moment. No one, not one single person, should be summarily removed or dismissed without a thorough, balanced, and fair investigation.
For taking the time to listen to this hot topic as it is. My name is Lisa Collins, and I'm a Republican. And it really is very disheartening, because I'm a Republican and a Trump supporter, to be called hateful, a bigot, a neo-Nazi, KKK. The list goes on. Why can't conservatives come together to stand against an event, march to end sanctuary state, and not be met with this horrible resistance? And I heard Lulu Hamad speak, and I heard Andy Lewandowski speak, both people who were at the event. Lulu Hamad was in a yellow vest and had a bullhorn and was yelling back just as fiercely as Antifa was.
I want to know. No. Hey, listen, don't tell me what to do. Get out of my face. Get out of my, don't ask me. Thank you. So answer me, please. Ma'am, don't touch me. 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 Hey, guys, answer me. Answer me. Answer me. Hey, easy. Hey, easy. So, hey, what you doing, ma'am? Ma'am, don't put your hands on me. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out.
I have video of Andy Lewandowski getting people's faces, in particular a reporter. So these people that bring the violence to these events are the ones that claim victim after the fact. We stood there, another gentleman mentioned it, and said, save a horse, kill a pig. We also heard F the police, but it wasn't F the police, it was truck the police. Chants over and over again. What kind of person stands on the side of people that want to kill and hurt our police? I find that just disgusting. And to say that she was not there, she was not involved, she left, is just false. There's numerous videos of her clapping and chanting and cheering with what was happening. I also, like I said, I'm a Republican and I follow politics. It doesn't make me a radical or an extremist like many people have said. But because I do follow politics, I do follow the left-wing extreme, more radical Democratic side of things. I watch Twitter, I watch Facebook, I watch Instagram, and I do see the ties with OC Indivisible and different left leaders and their ties to Antifa and SHARP, which is, SHARP happens to be the violent arm of Antifa, skinheads against racial prejudice. They're the ones that come out to these events with pepper sprays and bats and metal poles, which we found 5 metal poles, which ended up hitting a reporter in the head. Violent things. If you notice, the police were there. They weren't facing the patriots that were on the corner standing for their cause that we believe in. They were facing Antifa side. 5 people were arrested on their side. 0 people were arrested on our side. Because we come to protest or stand up for something that we believe in. And there would not be violence, there wouldn't be problems if Antifa and the extreme left didn't come to these events. So I applaud you for taking a step. I know a lot of people are saying there should have been an investigation, but all you had to do was look at the numerous videos, look at the posts. The evidence was there within 24 hours of what was really happening. So I applaud you for, I know that was brave, and you're putting yourself out on the front lines for taking that, but I don't think the residents of Huntington Beach really want somebody representing them that's fighting for, on the same side as Antifa. The other thing I want to say is, there's a lot of tourism. Huntington Beach lives on tourism. And there were many tourists that were walking on that side.
Thank you very much.
And they were assaulted.
When the fringe come in on any side, that's when the patriotism disappears. And I do believe that ego comes in. I am in such support of Shayna. And she is a new friend of mine. But when I spoke with her, I said, Shayna, it's about best possible scenario. There will be honorable people on this council who will say, let's look at this again. And with Shayna, I do believe that this may be a lesson that is being given to many, many people to sort of finalize their feelings about how they look at problems and how they solve it. And to me, as a former scientist, it is about looking at the unedited facts. Thank you so much for letting me speak, and Shayna, God bless you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Christopher Martin, and thank you for letting me speak today. If you want some of those videos, I have all the unedited footage. I recorded the entire situation. I was across the street with the Patriots, and so let me go ahead and get started onto this. My biggest concern isn't what happened in the past or what happened with Shayna left this. Thank you, Kim Clark, for doing what you needed to do to make sure that us in Huntington were heard. I have a couple concerns, though, about the growing threat in our city, of witch hunting, politically lying, and assumption targeting going on through our leaders and their constituents. Example, using social media to spread hate and lies about political opponents, like what was done to Gracie Mark by Gina Tarbin, only to change the words white supremacist to anti-Semitic when she found out that Gracie was not white. But sorry to let you know, Tarbin, Gracie's husband's Jewish. But this is one example. I go on and on about the threats to me from people like Victor Valderez saying I'll be doxxed and violently attacked with his Antifa group for coming here today. Or the threats from Lulu, the girl that spoke earlier, that if I come here today, I will also be doxxed and my well-being is threatened. But I will say this, as a community, you're supposed to respect all of us. You don't have to agree with all of us and we don't have to always agree with you. But when did this government-based system that oversees our beautiful city become so disgustingly unsafe for every resident? When did the council start putting up with people and hard criminals in our city's governmental groups, like Victor Valderez or like Ms. Tarbin? This isn't about Tarbin, just so you guys know, this is an example. This is not personally about her, but that just raises concern. Let me remind you that once you are elected to represent all of us, and we all deserve the same respect as every other citizen does. So I'll just ask you guys this question. How are you city council members going to ensure the safety, inclusion, and comfort for all of Huntington Beach residents so that we can coexist without fear of being called racist, white supremacist, white nationalist, or allowing violent people attacking our permitted peace rallies? I'll tell you one thing. We don't assume all Democrats are Antifa. But you call all President Donald Trump supporters white supremacists, knowing it's untrue, just to further a political agenda in Washington. But this isn't Washington. This is Huntington Beach. This is our home, just as much as yours. And we are done with the disrespect in our own home, and it's your job to govern over all of us, not just half of us. So I want to know what you guys are doing as our city council members to ensure that we're not going to be labeled as racist or horrible names. By the way, before my time expires, this is the white supremacist group that was throwing this event. The woman who threw it was Asian. I drove in a car with two Mexican friends. I'm clearly gay, and the driver's name Mohammed. That's the white nationalist or the white supremacist that threw this rally with Shayna like this across the street, yelling at the police and all of us. So,
thank you, sir. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Beverly Welch, and first I want to thank you for opening this meeting that, as a Christian, means a lot to me. I find it really interesting that Gina, not to piggyback on him, but labels this a smear campaign. She would know because she's very good at them. Gracie Vandermark is my sister, and I know what she did to her. But speaking of smears, just tonight in this room, I have been called that my 3% sign is a white power symbol. This is a sign of brotherhood for people who uphold the Constitution. This was not a white power sign until Donald Trump used it. Then it became a white power sign. Okay, my character has been impunged. I've been called a racist, a fascist, a Nazi. I have an extreme ideology. Sorry, I didn't prepare this in advance. Oh, I'm with white supremacist group. I am 50% Native American. I will say this about Antifa. I have had feces thrown on me. I have had urine thrown on me. I have had pepper spray. I have been hit with sticks, with rocks, with metal poles. I have been protected by our LEO. Antifa in your city puts your law enforcement at risk. They are a hate group. Go check out any of their Twitter feeds or any of their Facebooks. I've been doxxed. I know what they do. You did the right thing in letting her go if there is verifiable proof that she is with, even friends with Antifa. You cannot coexist with someone who hates you. You cannot. Religion was brought up tonight. A good Muslim protecting a Jewish woman. What did that have to do with anything?
Exactly.
It was a political score. We're all Americans. I carry the Constitution with me everywhere I go. The group I hang with, we all carry the Constitution. That is all we're doing. We are following the goddamn Constitution. SB54 is an unconstitutional law. I'm sorry that y'all have to put up with this. We played this game last year with SB54. We have a Constitution. You're sworn to uphold it. If you will not do so, I humbly request, leave your seat and let someone who will uphold the Constitution take your place. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
I'm so sorry guys, my camera battery died. But anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is just a joke. This last part right here. Call him racist. Anyways guys, I want to give a couple special thank yous to News to Share, That's the Point, Huntington Beach Police Department, our City Council, and Kim Carr, and our Attorney General for winning that case on SB54 for Huntington Beach. And I want to thank all the Patriots who participated and came and saw and conquered. Thank you guys so much. Without you guys, we could not have done it. And I'm so excited to see what the future holds for Huntington Beach, California. And I'm so happy to say I'm a resident here. If you guys want to support me, go ahead and go to patreon.com/theadorabledeplorable or facebook.com/theadorabledeplorable. Keep on keeping on, guys. And Truth 2020. Vote for Trump.